active show. Hello, everybody who's on the recording, and thank you for joining. It's good to be here in person. It's good to be in the recording. I like to say phone sex is better than no sex, but live is better. And so I appreciate the fact that you are here and live, which I always enjoy. So we're going to do three things. I'm going to teach you something called the confident pause method to help you make confident decisions. I'm going to teach you how your physical body makes changes so that you can bring your dreams to life. And I'm going to make you an offer for my 6-month program. I'm not hiding the fact that I have a 6-month program and I really want you in it. This is your warm invitation to come into my 6-month program. And I'm going to give you lots of reasons to say yes. And I believe that Earth is free will university. So if you say no, I love you and you can take everything that I'm teaching you and apply it. I don't hold anything back. It's all about knowledge and application. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to shift your perspective, and then I'm going to teach you how you can apply this in a real life situation. So for our time together, I need you to have a glass of water and a journal and a pen. Yes, tea will work, coffee will not work as well. Water is the best, but it's not going to be a deal breaker. So take a moment and look around you, wherever you are. Just look around and notice 3 things. Pick 3 things that you're noticing and write them down in your journal. You're not going to be judged. This is not going in the chat. I'm not going to ask you to talk about them. Just look around and notice. What do you notice? What do you observe? Pick 3 things. Like 1, 2, and 3. I'm in my daughter's room, so I'm noticing the Elvira poster and the Hatsune Miku poster and the cat, for example. And when you have 3 things written down, give me a thumbs up. Gorgeous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, close your eyes. And I want you to think about someone you love. It could be someone that's living or someone who's passed through the veils, somebody who's passed away. Think about someone who loves you and you love them. Could be your mother, grandmother, a sister, a cousin. It could be your first pet. It could be your first lover. It could be your husband. It could be your wife. But just for a moment, for 3 breaths, close your eyes and imagine the person that you love. Imagine them so much that you can feel them in your heart. You can feel your body fill with that love, the way that you fill up a cup. That love that starts in the middle of your chest and expands to include your whole body and even goes beyond your body because you feel like it's a bubble and they have wrapped you up so that every cell of your being is now blanketed in love. Take a moment to breathe into that love and breathe out that love. Now open your eyes again and notice 3 things. Pick 3 things that you notice now and write them down in your journal. This is for you and you alone. And it's just the first 3 things you notice. You're not being graded. It's not a quiz. So write in the chat if you notice different things. Write the word different or new. If you notice new things on that second round, write new. And for the people who are on the call, everyone is writing new and different. No one is writing the same. So here's the lesson. What you noticed first is the outside world in, because we're programmed to notice what's outside of us. When you paused, you went into love and you looked from the inside out. You started with love. You started with your heart. You came from in the bubble of love, and that will cause you to notice different things. You didn't see with your eyes. You didn't notice with trauma or ego or triggers or nerves or safety. You felt safe, loved, warm, held, and you saw the world differently. This is a perception shift, and this is what it means when we say you create your own reality. You are in the exact same room that you were when you first noticed it. The exact same room, same everything. You changed. You are different. You looked at it through your heart, through the eyes of love. The way that you can apply this is when you are feeling overwhelmed. End of the day, you've made what the American Medical Association says is our usual 35,000 decisions. You've made it to the end of the day, you've made the 35,000 decisions, and someone has their nerve to say, "What's for dinner?" And you lose it. You just lose your mind because you cannot make one more decision. You're overwhelmed. You're officially overwhelmed. So what is overwhelmed? Your nervous system. Too much external input. Too many things acting on you. So that is a perfect moment to stop and say, I need a minute. Go to the bathroom, go to the bedroom, step outside. Do what we just did. Close your eyes. Think about something or someone that you love, which could be a pet, and it could be a goddess, it could be your favorite divine being, it could be anyone. And then when you're ready, breathe in and out that love. The question will automatically have an answer. What are we having for dinner? Whatever's in the refrigerator. Simple as that. It's a way to shift your perspective right away. In 3 breaths, you can shift from outside in to inside out. Doing that is enough to shift the way that you handle the overwhelm. You have the ability to stop it at any moment. So now that you're in a place of love, take one more minute to close your eyes and breathe in to that beautiful love bubble that you're encased in, wrapped in, your soft fleece blanket of love. Breathe into it and breathe out of it. And now write down your quiet desire. What do you want? What is the dream that you want that you don't necessarily share with people? What do you deeply want to bring to life? It could be a dream that you've had for decades. It could be a fear that you want to get over. It could be as simple as learning how to sing or writing poetry. Write down the dream that you've been holding inside of you. And when you have it down, give me a thumbs up. Cool, cool, cool. Beautiful. It's a good place to be in the love bubble, to know what's inside of you. And now let me ask you a question. Would you like to bring that dream to life in the next 6 months? Write yes in the chat if you would like to bring that dream that you just wrote down to life in the next 6 months. Heck yeah. 100%. Yes. So I'm a shaman, among many things, and I carry the lineage of the Seneca Wolf clan of Western New York. We say the ceremony begins when you say yes. I'm going to teach you the 4 principles of intuition. And that is what my 6-month program is based on. I've helped over 3,500 people bring their dream to life. This is not my first rodeo. I'm exceptionally well qualified to walk with you and bring your dream to life. As a matter of fact, I think it's a lot of fun. The 4 principles follow the gestational path of mammals, of us. In other words, the same way that we gestate, in the womb, being born, going through the ring of fire, if we went through a natural childbirth, and coming into the world in our first breath, that's what I'm going to walk you through. That is how we are formed, and that is how we change. We walk through the 4 elements: water, earth, fire, air. And we start with water. Now, I'm going to tell you something. My program is not like anything you've ever seen. And one of the first most incredible ways it's not like anything else is that most programs will tell you what to do. Well, guess what? That's step 2. The reason why most programs fail is because they don't understand this process. You don't start with doing. It's not about, oh, I'm going to lose weight by doing this, or I'm going to get over my fear by running, or I'm going to do something. That's step 2. Step 1 is dreaming. Dreaming is the element of water. Water and dreaming go together. You dream about what you want first. You sit down like you just did, you write it out to bring it into real life, and that will start the process of dreaming, which is what you want. It has to excite you. It has to make you jump out of bed. It has to be something that I like to say will survive the birth process. You dream until it's fully formed. What do you want to do? How do you want to do it? That's really not up to you. Usually your dream comes to you in divine and amazing ways. But you need to have your dream tangible and clear. So think about you going up to the desk and you're putting in an order. It could be any order. It could be a food order. I love food. So if you wanted to order your dinner, would you say, bring me something that fills my stomach? And the universe could bring you a bowling ball and you could swallow a bowling ball and the universe could go, check. Well, that one's done. No, 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 no. I want hummus. I want Turkish coffee. I want a Greek salad. I want steak. I want chocolate mousse. The more specific you are in your dream, the more likely you are to have it come to you. And there is a catch. You have to be willing to let go of how it comes to you. In other words, if you say, I want a new car, and that's all you say, I want a new car. And then your great uncle dies and you get a car that's 30 years old and needs a lot of work, you can't complain because you got a car. You got what you asked for. And if you're not grateful, and if you're not saying thank you, and if you're not laughing going, that's not exactly what I meant, then you're missing the fun part of life. So let me give you an example. There's a lady, Leanne, who was in my program, and she had a dream, and she said that her dream was to have a better relationship with her body. That's a very heady thing to say. That's like an intellectualized version of what I should be doing. I should have this. And I knew that there was something deeper that she wanted, but I don't push people. I walk with them. Whatever you want, I now want, and I want you to have it, just like the universe. So as she went through the program, we had something called a sacred contract. And I said, is that what you really want? Is that what you want more than anything else? You want a better relationship with your body? Because I could feel there was something more to it. And after we talked, she said, with tears in her eyes, because that's where the real dream is, it's in the emotion, the ocean, the water, it's all coming together. And she said, I don't want to be the fattest girl in the room. I'm 74 years old. I've been the fattest person in the room for over 50 years. The moment she was clear on what she wanted, it was easy for her to move through the emotions, move through the program, get what she needed out of it. She lost 45 pounds in 10 weeks, and her cholesterol dropped 25 points. She didn't do anything crazy. She came to peace, and she really, really got clear on what she wanted. I lost 85 pounds 24 years ago. Medical journeys, weight loss journeys, are very tender to my heart. I ate for comfort, and I had a really tough childhood. You can have anything you want. The more honest you are, the more likely you are to get it. So that's water and earth. Be clear about your dream, write it down. As I like to say, think of it as a date, a sweet date, but you got to wrap some bacon around that date. You got to get really emotional about it and say, this is the dream I super extra want. And you're likely to have it form into something that could be born. So the second principle is earth. That's the doing. That's the birth process. So that's the part of the gestation when the baby, the formed dream, is strong enough to survive being born, going through the birth canal, which involves doing. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's where you're going to need to take inspired steps, and depending on what your dream is, you'll need to take more or less steps. But that's the actual doing. So you want to quit smoking? Stop buying cigarettes. You want to lose weight? Stop buying sugar. Stop buying flour. Stop buying bagels. Like, that's the actual doing part of the dream. And that's the part that feels what we call like the spiral path, where sometimes you're in the light, like, I'm doing it. And sometimes it's in the dark, like, this really sucks. And nobody is telling me that I'm doing a good job. Except we are. Everyone in the program, in the cohort, we're all cheering you on, and we're all there with you. That's one of the reasons why it works. Accountability. One of the reasons why you're not doing the thing is because you're not getting together every week with a group of people who are with you on your journey. Accountability is a major reason why we're in this community. This is why Camille brought us together. We are not going through this alone. It's just like the proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with the tribe. We're here in her community for a reason, because we want to go far together. So the earth part is the doing. I have had a person in the program, Michelle, and she had a lifelong fear of flying, 70 years old, terrified of flying. Well, her son moved to Rome from Cleveland. There's a huge Italian population in Cleveland. Her son moved to Rome. She wanted to visit him, and she was just absolutely heartbroken because here she is bumping up against this lifelong fear. And so I said, do you really want to go see him? She said yes. And she's of Italian heritage. She wants to go to her father's village in Sardinia. This is what she has wanted her whole life. And I said, okay, let's explore it. So we did what's called emotional release therapy. If people are familiar with the emotion code, we unpacked the emotion. Where was this? Was this hers? We went through all of steps of the doing. Where is this? Is this hers? Is this inherited? There you go. I am also an emotion code practitioner, and I got my certification from Dr. Bradley, who love that man. So we got there, and I said, are you really there? Because you have to speak your reality. That's one of the things I talk about. Speak your reality. Say, I'm going to buy a ticket. And she said, I'm going to buy a ticket. I said, okay, buy the ticket before next class. You have a week to do it. She bought the ticket. She went about 7/4, like 75% of the way through the class. And she called me every day in tears. I'm in Rome. I've seen my son. I'm in Sardinia. I found people that know my dad's brothers and my cousins and everything like that. And I couldn't be here without you. But it's because she did the work. She did the steps. She went through it. And she said, I'm going to do the work. I'm going to face the fear. And if you are a story person and you're wondering, was that hers? Nope. She's an only child. Her mother didn't want to have children, but got pregnant. And she was so terrified of her child getting sick and dying that she made her afraid of everything. So she was, don't go outside, you're going to get kidnapped. Don't go over there, you're going to get sick. Don't get on a plane, the plane's going to crash. And when she realized it wasn't her fear, and we found it in her body and we released it, it all worked. It's a beautiful thing to see. The next phase is fire. So water, earth, fire. Fire is the element of resistance. What is going to die? So you have your dream, and then you're taking steps, and then die. What needs to die? Here's an example. Let's say you want to quit smoking. What has to die is your friendship with the people that you used to take smoke breaks with at work. You're going to be out of their circle. You're not going to be sharing stories. You're going to lose that friendship, community, camaraderie. And what's going to happen? You're going to have to decide. Are you ready to move to your new identity? Or are you going to stay in the old one? If you have a dream, if you have a shift, if there's something that you want, I like to think of your intuition as the big hands going, come on, it's time to come forward. You can do this. It's time to take another step in your evolution. It's inevitable. If you're thinking it, if you're dreaming it, it's an inevitable situation. You're going to evolve. My friend likes to say this lifetime or the next, which drives me bananas because I probably like you have been through so many initiations and so much shit that there's no way I'm going to go through more of that in the next lifetime just to say, okay, I'm ready to change. Change now and then coast for the rest of the lifetime and have some fun. So ask yourself, what needs to die? There's a belief that needs to die. There's a story that needs to die. Maybe that story is, I'm not good with money. I can't make more money than my dad because I'll make him feel bad. I can't get divorced because I can't afford to live on my own. I can't do that until my kids are graduated from high school, from college, get married, have kids. Delayed living is death. It's that simple. It is always a risk to be alive every single day, and you don't know how much sand is in your hourglass. It feels like a precipice, it feels like a leap of faith, and it is absolutely inevitable. You may as well do it because you're going to do it eventually. Or you're going to take that dream to the grave where so many dreams live. So now that you've gone through dream, do, die, the last phase is air. Oh, I forgot to give you the story. The story for the fire is Michelle. Michelle is in my program, and she said, I don't like anything about me. So I'm going to join your program because I'm almost suicidal. And I thought, well, no pressure, right? Like, thanks. But I thought, she's going to get something out of it, inevitable. And there's something here for her. So she used to have a side business where she had a light therapy. There's a special light, and she puts it with music. And she had stopped doing that when COVID hit and just became more and more depressed. It turns out she thought she wanted to bring that business back, but when it came to what needs to die, what needed to die was the idea that she had to do that. What she really, really, really wanted to do is to go back to quilting because she loves quilting. And she was depressed during COVID, didn't make the quilts that she wanted to for all of her friends and family. And that's what she actually wanted, but she was afraid to say it because she thought it sounded trite and simple, and she is mildly embarrassed that she's married and doesn't have to work and she can do what she wants. She thought she needed to have a business and a hustle and a job just to feel good about herself. So we're in week 19 right now. She has made 7 quilts. They're like the little lap quilts, we would call them stadium blankets or things like that. 7. Like she's on a roll. She's feeling good. She's just, everything in her life is good. Her diabetes is down. Her medication is down. She's not taking any antidepressants, and there's nothing wrong with taking them, but she's not. Like, she's really in her zone of genius, which is great. Step 4, air, fly. This is where you fly. This is where you celebrate. We are not on a hamster wheel of set the goal, meet the goal, get another goal. The world would lead you to believe that the moment you hit your goal, you need to have another goal. And you need to go around and around and around as fast as you possibly can. And hurry up because everybody is going faster than you, by the way. So make sure that you notice so that you're going faster and faster. It's not true. That is not what we're designed for. Up until this moment, we are still in water. We've carried that water with us. Water cannot be compressed. Now we have to take the biggie. We have to take our first breath. And with our first breath, we know that we're alive. If you're breathing, you're alive. Your dream is alive. You're winning at life. You're out in the world. I always say living is winning. Because that's why we're here. We're not here to hold back. We're not here to put a lot of money in our bank account so that maybe we can go on vacation 20 years down the line. We're here to have fun and to fail and to be in community and laugh and be ridiculous and try things and have experiences and retool it and bring it all back together. Celebrate all the steps. Celebrate what died. Celebrate your resilience. Celebrate who you are, because you're a different person at that moment than the person who had the dream. You are free. And in that moment of your first breath in your dream, that's what freedom feels like. I created this life. I created this reality. I'm looking at the world with love. I did something that I wanted to do, that I desired. I'm going to celebrate being alive. My story for that person is my friend Kate. My friend Kate lives in New Zealand, and she was abused from the time she was 8 years old until the time she was about 14. And it was someone in her family. It was one of her siblings. And she didn't tell anyone about it. But she got out and she went to school and she became a computer engineer, a software engineer, and got married. She married a woman and they had a baby. And she came to the program because she felt that she had made it out, but she had not processed the trauma. She had not really told anyone her actual true story. So she found her words, she found her voice, and she worked on giving breath to her new story, not to her old story. Once she had been able and allowed to tell all the details about her story, she wanted to retell it in a way that she was the hero. She was the central focus. She was the one who rose above her circumstances. And that's what she worked on, and that's what she celebrated, is being able to tell her own story. These 4 principles, this concept of having a dream, making sure that it's crystallized in your mind, taking steps while you're forming it and seeing if there's anything else that needs to happen. You keep the emotion in mind as you take steps to bring this dream to life. You understand that you're going to hit resistance and that something needs to metaphorically die. A story, a belief, something old. Something that will not get you to your dream. And then you find a way, when you get there, to celebrate the heck out of it. You don't just run to the next goal. You spend an equal amount of time on each of these pieces. And you celebrate your greatness. Hopefully in a community. Because there's nothing like celebrating with people who are cheering you on all the way and blowing wind in your sails all the way. So those are a few people, and there are certainly more people. And so now I would like to invite you to take that dream that you have and bring it to life in 6 months. My program is called the Intuition Academy. It starts July 8th. We meet Wednesdays. There's a 2 p.m. group. There's a 7 p.m. group, Eastern Standard Time. Everything is recorded, all the lectures, all of the guided meditations, all the practicums. But that's all the tangible stuff. The part that matters is the results. People that go through the program get results because there's accountability, because there's consistency, and because the program is set up to take you through each of these phases. 6 weeks for each of the elements and each of the phases. The reason why it's hard to take this and apply it is because information is not transformation. Your friend Atlantis is really good at guiding people, but I'm happy to give you all of the material. It's all there. It's all recorded, all the slides. I give you everything, everything. But the magic is in community. The magic is in doing it together. It's like being on a boat together and heading for the far horizon together, and then coming back and integrating everything that we learned into a new version of who you are. And once you've done it once, you can apply it to anything, any dream that you have. Most people go through the course twice. They go through it and they get a sense of it and they got it, and then they want to do it again to master it. And the course is not cheap because it's a lot of hand-holding and it's a lot of material, and the results speak for themselves. The course is $99.97 for 6 months and all the material. There's a $500 deposit. There are bonuses for being here on the call. If you decide, this is what I need this, I need the accountability, I need the community, and I can't wait to bring this dream to life. If you sign up tonight, it's $4,500, all in one. If you're in and it's a yes, the ceremony begins tonight when you say yes. If you need a payment plan, you need to put down $500. That's your deposit. If you say, I can put down $500, but that's going to be a pinch, I will give you a walkthrough PDF and be your sacred witness to your first taste of the Intuition Academy. I'm going to give you a PDF that will help you manifest $500 in 5 days or less with 100% results. It's feng shui. It's that belief, expect, and have model. And I walk you through it. I give it all to you. And I'm your sacred witness. I'll walk through it with you. So you'll be texting me, and I'll be texting you, and we'll walk through it together. The live version is like no other program. If you and I agree on a dream and you go through the program and you haven't made significant results, significant progress, you can go through the whole thing again on me. That's how much I believe in you and your ability to bring out your greatness. And that's how much I have confidence in my process and my project and my approach. It's not like anything else out there. I'm happy to give you all of the information. I'm happy to give you the website. You can read it. But at the end of the day, you've already made the decision. Either you're going to go forward, you're going to say yes, you're going to come with me on this beautiful journey. You're finally going to say, you know what? It's the year of the fire horse, and I'm tired of waiting for things to happen to me. I want to create my own reality and my own life. Let's go. So I'll drop the link if you're interested. And this is a great time to also say, do you have any questions? You can put your questions in the chat. I've got my big monitor next to me so that I can help with the chat, which is nice. And now all I have to do is find, here we go. Okay. So you're all in. Tonight, that is your. Oh, what a naughty camera. That is your big discount. And then anytime if you any of these links, when you sign up, you're going to get a message from me and we're going to have an onboarding call. And I can certainly also answer any questions on a call. And the $500 and the PDF for anyone who signs up and wants their $500 back in 5 days or less. And here is the Intuition Academy link, which has everything, all the information, which is a big one. Oh, for the person who said, is there anyone else hearing distant sirens? Yeah, I'm in downtown Chicago. Like, of course there's sirens. And I'm also right next to St. Joseph Hospital, so there's sirens, ambulances, all of the things. But yeah, not to worry. All is well. Oh, and one more thing. Let me drop in my cell phone number. You can text me as well if you have any questions or if you would like to get on a call tonight and say, yeah, there's something that I want to ask. I just don't want to ask the group, which is completely fine. And if you're feeling even more shy, you can email me at atlantiswolf.com. So even though we started a little bit late, we are ending right on time. Whoop, whoop. So go us.
Yeah, we left some time so people can ask questions if they wanted to. I have a question about your 4 pillars, if I can. I just want to
Bring it
make sure.
on.
Because I was writing them down, and air is fly. And does fly mean celebrate your greatness? It's actually celebration.
It's all about celebrating the steps that you've taken, but it's also understanding that you need to process what you went through because you're new,
Okay.
you're brand new. So just in the same way that a newborn baby comes out and they're floppy,
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out how all of this works. It's important not to run to the next goal because you're brand new. You have actually
Gotcha.
made it through. You are this new person, this new identity. So it's important to take time to celebrate and integrate all of the newness because you lost some stories and you lost some beliefs and you did some changes and things like that. So it's really about, it's both. So it's celebration and it's integration.
Integration, that's the word.
And you want to give yourself time to integrate the new version of yourself.
That's a better understanding.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Does anyone else have any question? Everyone's saying thank you.
Yeah. You're
Does
so
anyone
welcome.
have questions about the process or anything that she went over?
It's a good one.
Yeah. I have my notes.
And it'll definitely serve you well between the shift, like doing the shift, the perception shift,
Uh-huh.
and taking the idea that the key idea there is when you want something to happen, you don't go into doing, you back up and you go into dreaming. Because if you're not being specific about what you want,
Yeah.
you won't get there. Because
Yep.
for example, if you say I want $1 million, you probably don't. you probably want your house paid off and you want financial freedom and you want to work 3 days a week. So if you're more specific about what you want, it's never ever about the money alone.
Yeah.
What would you do with the money? How would that money flow into other things? So remember to keep investigating. We say keep pulling the thread.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I think a lot of people set goals, like you said. I just want to pay off my house. That's what I hear. Like, or I just need enough to get through this month.
But you don't. I
And
mean,
that's
that's
all you get, right? Because
right,
you haven't
right.
asked for more, right? Right. Because, and that's the people that are struggling because they haven't asked for more.
Yeah. And for
Gotcha.
people that want to do this, there is an online version of the Intuition Academy. So if
Oh,
you
that's good.
are if you're a DIY person, there is also a DIY version. So you can buy the whole class for $9.97. And if even that is out of reach, you can rent it through a $27 a month membership. And it's everything that I teach. There's nothing different between the live version and the do it yourself version except for me. It's not live.
Yeah.
It's do it yourself. And what you lose is the accountability and you lose the community going through it together. But it's the same slides, it's the same lectures, it's the exact same practicum walkthrough, it's the Jungian archetypes. It is it's everything that I teach, but you're doing it on your own. So you lose the opportunity to get that interactive live coaching. So in
Yeah.
other words, one
No
of the
accountability.
principles, one of the principles is speak your reality. So if you say, getting someone to live coach, for example, I deserve $1 million. It's unlikely that you are going to walk through all of the steps in your psyche, keeping you from being able to say that. But as an intuitive healer, I can work through that with you so that you could have your breakthrough in 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden you're thinking, $1 million isn't really that much money. I think I want $3 million. And then suddenly, because we worked through it, and speaking your reality is a fantastic example of why you do want to do it with a coach, with a teacher, with someone live, because you won't know why that's getting stuck. And I'll be able to see it and walk you through it. And once you've broken through the barrier, it's permanent. It's
Yeah.
like it loses its power over you.
Yeah. I see
So
the, yeah.
it goes back to my opening statement. Phone sex is better than no sex, but live is better. That's the theme.
I love the analogy. Atlantis, thank you so much for your time tonight and going through these steps with
You're
us.
welcome. It's
It's
so good to
amazing.
be here. It's so good to be part of your community. And it's so good to laugh while we're all going through the soup and going through the chaos together. As you can tell, I consider humor to be a critical part of life.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Because
Same.
if we're not laughing, we're not doing it right. We gotta figure out what game we're winning. I love to say, what game am I winning today? I like to tell my students, think about what you're doing today. What game are you winning? Are you winning the game where you stub your toe 15 times? Like, good for you. Good job. Are you winning the game where you know, you lock your keys in your car or in the bathroom? I was working Memorial Day and locked my office keys in the bathroom on Memorial Day in the office building. Nobody is there. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I guess I'm winning at this. And found the one other person in the building. And he looked at me and he said, oh, I've been meaning to talk to you. I'm like, all right, well, you're the reason why I locked the
Yep.
keys in the bathroom.
That's what I always say. There's a lesson to everything.
There really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Well,
enjoy, and the the offer is good to everybody through the end of the week. So if you're watching the recording, it's still good through Friday.
Good. Then I'll
And then it
write
goes back to 99.97.
And what is the 500? You said mentioned something about a $500 deposit and then
Mm-hmm.
watching something like a, or you sending a
Yeah.
PDF or something?
So if you put down a $500 deposit, I'll
Okay.
send you a PDF walkthrough of how to manifest $500 in 5 days or less.
Oh, okay.
That way you can get it back.
I love
An
that.
energy
That's
exchange.
terrific.
That
Yeah.
is
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We had somebody manifest a new roof for $16,000. We had some in 5 days or less. Somebody manifested $38,000 that they didn't think that they were going to get on a legal settlement in those 5 days. There was someone who works for the Environmental Protection Agency of Ohio, and in that 5 day period, they were called into the office and told, "Oh, we're sorry, we forgot to pay you for the work you did on that project last year. Here's a check for $21,000."
Oh my goodness.
So she took 6 months off. She was like, "Great, I'm going to go visit my sister in Wales. I'm out of here." I think that everybody has had different levels of success with it. Some people have saved money, some people have had checks come in, but it works because it's on the principles of I
Yeah.
want it, I believe I'll have it, and then I expect to have it. And therefore, it comes in because you're open to it. And then it follows the 5 days are the feng shui principles. So it's things like cleaning your front door and putting a light on in the left corner inside your house and cleaning off your stove. It's principles that are thousands of years old because money flows in a very particular and orderly way.
Mhm.
And once you get into that flow, it just you can
Just keeps
start
coming.
bringing it in.
Yeah. I like having when you say manifesting of having an exact number.
Hmm.
Like I need $1,700 by Friday,
Yeah,
or yeah,
yeah. You're more likely to get it because you're excited about
so
it.
specific. Yeah.
It's so specific. You don't know how it's going to come to you. You have to detach from how it's going to come.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can detach from how it's going to arrive in your hand, so imagine that your eyes are closed and you're saying, "I want $17,000 in my hand by Friday at noon." You have to say it, believe it, expect to have it, but you have to be detached from the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you get $17,000 in cash, but maybe you get a diamond ring worth $17,000. You have to be detached from the outcome in order to understand the order of universal law.
Mm-hmm.
Universal law is all about order. So if you can get behind the laws, then you understand how to create anything you want.
I love that.
Also, it becomes fun.
Yeah, it comes like it's like a game.
It's always a game.
Yeah.
Life is a game. Earth school is a game. This is a game.
Yeah.
And living is winning. I mean, it's fun. Like manifest little things. If it gets to be too like, that's too much. Manifest chocolate chip cookies. Manifest like comfort food. Manifest somebody taking you out to dinner. My favorite thing is to manifest free money. I want free money today. I just want free money. I want to, like, I think that would be really fun. I'd like free money. And all of a sudden, people are like, "Oh, I forgot that I didn't sign up for this, or I want to sign up for this." Like, great. I wasn't expecting that. There's $127. Super.
Yeah.
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 My out of the blue, I had somebody send my daughter. My daughter's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm spending a lot of money. I'm out of town." She's in Prague in the Czech Republic. And there was a family member who's quite stingy with money who just sent her $200. So I didn't have to. Winning,
Oh, yeah.
totally winning. It's all about winning. If you're having fun, the universe pays attention to you. If
Yeah.
you're a big heavy cannonball dragging around the universe is not so into you.
Yeah. And it's like when you're winning, the energy, you keep winning, right? But if you're down, that can continue to happen as well.
And
Like
why?
it keeps bringing you what you acknowledge.
Because you are now anchoring a higher vibration onto this plane of existence. You got excited. The universe figured out, oh, is that all it takes? Sure, here you go. And now your vibration, you are a mobile lighthouse.
Mhm.
Your vibration now changed and you are vibrating around everyone around you. So wherever you live, when I get excited, this whole apartment building gets a higher vibration. The universe doesn't need to make all 180 apartments happy. They just have to make me happy, and I will vibrate and send it out in all directions. That's why you want to be excited, and that's why you want to make it a game, because the universe is going to use you as an anchor for high vibration, high energy, joy, laughter, bliss, silliness, goofiness, because those are super extra high vibrations that cannot be brought down by darkness. I dropped my laptop today and I was like, I can't wait to see how this turns out because I have this huge workshop today and you've got to be kidding me. And I don't have any other way to get on this call.
Yeah.
So I found a little Russian shop, Chicagoland Computer Repair. They were the only people open at 9. Everybody else opened at 10. And I went in there in tears and I'm like, I broke the thing, the thing. It fell. It's a laptop. It fell on the on button. On it. On it. Like on it. So I'm like, what are we going to do? And he looked at it. He's like, yeah, that should be fine. Give me 20 minutes. So I went to the Home Depot across the street, did some shopping for my daughter, got some curtain rods and some blackout curtains, and came back and he said, all fixed. No problem. Just the labor.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, I'm going to give a great Google review.
Yep. Yep.
But I didn't lose my mind. It was like, all right, I don't know how this is going to
It's
turn out, but
happening.
yeah, okay, I guess I'm going over to Home Depot and then I'll go to Trader Joe's and do all that stuff I was going to do later or tomorrow.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I can't say this enough. When you start to just take baby steps into playing the game of life and having some fun with it and not just trying to take, like, what can I take to make myself feel safe?
Yeah.
If you can move for a moment into a place where you're going to risk being vulnerable or risk being foolish or risk it not going the way you want it to, and you're just going to say, well, that could have turned out better. All right. If you could just do that in the smallest way, then you will be rewarded with what you want a lot faster
Mhm.
because you're not taking this game so seriously. And you understand that death is not playing the game.
Mhm. Love it.
It's as easy as I can say. So I want everybody to play the game. Everybody who plays wins. That's what life
Agreed.
is all about.
Agreed.
And I'm here to help. So, Camille, thank you so much. I
Yeah.
love
Thank you,
playing in your
Atlantis.
community.
Yeah, we love having you. I'm so grateful that you came and did this for us tonight.
Definitely. And I left my info. So, anybody who needs to have any follow up questions, calls, anything like that, there's my email. There's my cell phone. I'd be happy to help.
Yeah, can you also send those to me in an email, the links, so
Oh,
I can
sure.
add them because the chat's not added to the replay. So that
Yeah,
way I can have
absolutely.
them. Yeah,
I'll email that to you as soon as we get off the call.
perfect.
Do you want the links for the online version and the live version? Do you want all the links?
Sure, sure, if you
Okay.
want. Whatever you want to share, we'll make sure that they're part of the recording as well.
Okay. Everything's on atlantiswolf.com, so that'll be easy. I'll just go grab the links and then I'll email that out to you so it'll be in the show notes.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much again.
You're
Thank you for those that
welcome.
hung on to the end.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
And thank you for being here. Thank you for opening your heart.
I
Wonderful to see
appreciate
you
you.
all.
All right. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye bye.